Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Info Box. Today's video is on the topic air pollution. This is a very interesting topic, so watch this video till the end. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, then subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you get the notification of my latest videos. Without further ado, let's get started. In this video, we will be learning pollution and its types, what is air pollution, main air pollutants, reasons of air pollution, and how to prevent it. Number 1. Pollution and its types. Basically, let me ask you, what really is pollution? Pollution is nothing but the qualitative and quantitative damage of a resource. It is the introduction of harmful materials in the environment. These harmful materials are called pollutants. Pollutants can be natural, such as volcanic ash, and can also be created by human activity, such as trash or runoff produced by factories. Pollution is the qualitative and quantitative damage of a resource. Any resource like air, water, land, when they get damaged by a substance, then that substance is considered as the pollutant. Now, pollutants can be natural, such as volcanic ash. Also, examples are wildfires and fossil fuel emissions, which are natural and can also be created by human activity, such as trash or runoff produced by factories. Other examples include the harmful gases emitted by vehicles and also the overusing of chemicals and pesticides. What are the types of pollution? There are various types of pollution going on across the world. Right now in the world, the level of pollution is increasing day by day at a very high rate. But there are mainly 5 types of pollution: air pollution, water pollution, soil contamination, radioactive contamination, and noise pollution. These are the 5 main ones, and other examples include light pollution and plastic pollution. There are a lot more of them, but I have not mentioned each one of them. I've mentioned the most important 5. These are the types of pollution. Number 2. What is air pollution? Air pollution is a mixture of harmful chemicals and gases into the atmosphere, which is harmful for the health of both humans and other living organisms, which are getting endangered day by day. As a fact, almost 100 species are getting endangered day by day. Some of them are also going extinct very fast, like polar bears and penguins in the North and South Pole. It also harms the health of us humans, because the more the days are going, we are having more lung problems, and we are also getting cancer, and many of us are dying due to the air pollution, as there are so much harmful gases in the atmosphere like sulfur dioxide and methane and carbon monoxide. Examples of both are given below, as the first one shows a brick kiln and the next one shows a picture of a wildfire, and a lot of harmful gases like carbon dioxide and methane is going out. Number 3. Main air pollutants. The main air pollutants are: number 1. Particulates. Particulate pollution is pollution of an environment that consists of particles suspended in air. Some particles are released directly from a specific source, while others form in chemical reactions in the atmosphere. Particulate pollution can be derived from either natural sources or anthropogenic processes. Anthropogenic processes means those that are derived from human activities. Number 2. Greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases can occur through natural processes, such as volcanic eruption, or through human activity. Human contribution of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere has risen sharply over the years. And too many greenhouse gases in the atmosphere ensures that the sun's heat gets trapped in the atmosphere, which is good, because otherwise we would not have survived at night, because it would have been freezing cold. And this is why the greenhouse gases trap the heat, but excess greenhouse gases will warm the land and thus cause global warming. So this is not at all a really good thing. Too many greenhouse gases in the atmosphere ensures that the sun's heat gets trapped in the atmosphere, warming the planet and the oceans and thus causing global warming. Global warming leads to severe climate changes like droughts and floods, burning hot summers and freezing winters. So the seasons become very unbalanced. And some highly polluting greenhouse gases are carbon monoxide. So, carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas that has no smell or taste. Breathing it can make you unwell and it can kill if you are exposed to high levels. So, if you take in too much of carbon monoxide at one go, then you may die instantly. After carbon monoxide is breathed in, it enters your bloodstream and mixes with hemoglobin, the part of the red blood cells that carry oxygen around your body, to form a substance called carboxyhemoglobin. When this happens, the blood is no longer able to carry oxygen, and the lack of oxygen causes the body's cells and tissue to fail and die. Symptoms are often described as flu like and commonly include headaches, dizziness, weakness, vomiting, chest pain, and confusion. Large exposures can result in loss of consciousness, arrhythmias, seizures, or death. Arrhythmias is a condition when the heart does not beat properly, it beats in an irregular manner. Now comes sulfur dioxide. So, sulfur dioxide is the pollutant gas most commonly found in the atmosphere and is usually present in high concentrations in urban and industrial locations. So, why so? Because the industrial factories, they produce a high amount of gases like sulfur dioxide and then methane, then carbon monoxide, and so on. Short-term exposures to sulfur dioxide can harm the human respiratory system and make breathing difficult. People with asthma, particularly children, are sensitive to these effects of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide emissions that lead to high concentrations of sulfur dioxide in the air generally also lead to the formation of other sulfur oxides or SOx. These small particles may penetrate deep into the lungs and in sufficient quantity can contribute to health problems. So this is how dangerous sulfur dioxide can be, because if you inhale even a little bit of it, it makes breathing very very difficult. As it's written, it can harm the human respiratory system and make breathing difficult. Next comes ground level ozone. So when this is inhaled, ozone can damage the lungs. Relatively low amounts of ozone can cause chest pain, coughing, shortness of breath, and throat irritation. It may also worsen chronic respiratory diseases such as asthma, as well as compromise the ability of the body to fight respiratory infections. So it just reduces the body's capability to fight the respiratory diseases. So it makes your lungs weak. Exposure to ozone has long been linked to reductions in lung function. Now, a new study of adults in China reveals that it is also linked to cardiovascular changes that increase the risk of heart attack and stroke, and that these changes occur at levels below those of current environmental regulations. Then comes nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide, or NO2, is a gaseous air pollutant composed of nitrogen and oxygen and is one of a group of related gases called nitrogen oxides, or NOx. NO2 forms when fossil fuels such as coal, oil, gas, or diesel are burnt at high temperatures. Nitrogen dioxide causes a range of harmful effects on the lungs, which includes increased inflammation of the airways, worsened cough and wheezing, reduced lung function, and increased asthma attacks. New research warns that NO2 is likely to be a cause of asthma in children. Next comes nitrogen oxide. So, nitrogen oxides are a family of poisonous, highly reactive gases. These gases form when fuel is burnt at high temperatures. We just saw that in nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen oxide pollution is emitted by automobiles, trucks, and various non road vehicles, for example, construction equipment, boats, etc. Nitrogen oxide often appears as a brownish gas. Nitrogen oxide has direct and indirect effects on human health. It can cause breathing problems, headaches, chronically reduced lung function, eye irritation, loss of appetite, and carotid teeth. Carotid teeth means very irregular teeth, where the teeth is not in a very good position. Indirectly, it can affect humans by damaging the ecosystems they rely on, in water and on land, harming plants and animals. So, the food humans eat, like vegetarians eat vegetables and non-vegetarians eat meat, fish, etc. So nitrogen dioxide affects both of them, thus harming the humans indirectly. So next comes methane. Methane gas is naturally an odorless and colorless gas, which makes it particularly dangerous. Like carbon dioxide, it is a greenhouse gas that is also encountered in normal atmospheric conditions at a rate of approximately 2.2 parts per million. Methane exposure, particularly when experienced in high concentrations, can lead to methane poisoning. And when inhaled, it displaces ambient air, thus depriving the body of oxygen needed to breathe. So it replaces the oxygen in the body, so it makes your body lack oxygen. While low concentrations of methane are generally not harmful, higher concentrations lead to less oxygen availability and a range of symptoms may be experienced, which includes rapid breathing, increased heart rate, clumsiness and dizziness, decreased vision, especially in low lights, euphoria, decreased alertness, loss of memory, weakness, fatigue, emotional responses, nausea and vomiting, fainting and collapse, convulsions, coma, and death. Number 3. Formaldehyde. When you breathe air containing formaldehyde, enzymes in the body break down formaldehyde into formate. Number 3. Formaldehyde. When you breathe air containing formaldehyde, enzymes in the body break down formaldehyde into formate or formic acid, which can be further broken down into carbon dioxide. Most inhaled formaldehyde is broken down by the cells lining the mouth, nose, throat, and airways, so that less than a third is absorbed into the blood. Though formaldehyde is an important chemical used widely by industry to manufacture building materials and numerous household products, it can cause irritation of the skin, eyes, nose, and throat. High levels of exposure may cause some types of cancers. So see how dangerous this formaldehyde is, that you may get some kind of lung cancer if you inhale too much of formaldehyde. So this is one very dangerous air pollutant. Number 4. Benzene. Benzene poisoning occurs when someone swallows, breathes in, or touches benzene. It is a number of a class of compounds known as hydrocarbons. Human exposure to hydrocarbons is a common problem. Benzene works by causing cells not to work correctly. For example, it can cause bone marrow not to produce enough red blood cells, which can lead to anemia. Also, it can damage the immune system by changing blood levels of antibodies and causing the loss of white blood cells. Our results show that benzene exposure is associated with a suppression of circulating angiogenic cells or CACs that have been found to be sensitive to inhaled pollutants and are predictive of cardiovascular events and increased CVD risk in humans. So benzene falls last in the list of main air pollutants. Now let us move on to reasons of air pollution. Number 4. Reasons of air pollution. Some reasons of air pollution are: number 1. Volcanic eruptions. Volcanic eruptions can be extremely damaging to the environment, particularly because of a number of toxic gases are released, which includes sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide causes environmental problems because they are converted to sulfuric acid in the stratosphere, the main cause of acid rain. So here what it is telling that the volcanic eruptions, it is a natural source of air pollution, and a number of toxic gases are released, which includes sulfur dioxide. So sulfur dioxide is very damaging to the environment and also for the health of both humans and other living organisms. It also causes acid rain. Number 2, industrial factories. Industrial factories are major contributors to air pollution. The amount of toxic gases that factories release into the air increases health and environmental damages. In factories, toxic materials and gases like carbon dioxide and methane are burned and pumped out into the atmosphere. Number 3, brick kilns. Brick kilns damage the air quality and human health, and in toxic pollutants seriously affect the lives of billions. Numerous plumes of toxic black smoke or black carbon below from brick kilns in developing countries are a common sight. The contaminating emissions which result cause hazardous working conditions. So we are all familiar with the long, tall minaret type structure we see. It is a kiln. A kiln is a furnace or an oven made for burning, baking, or drying a substance. So over here, loads and loads and loads of bricks are baked, and loads of harmful gases are released into the atmosphere. This is one of the major reasons of air pollution. Number 4, vehicles. When vehicles emit nitrogen oxides, sunlight acts on them to create ground level ozone. Ozone is the primary component of smog and is major lung irritant. Long-term exposure may cause asthma and can result in serious and permanent structural damage to the lungs. Cars and trucks emit carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases, which contribute 1/5 of the United States' total global warming pollution. So just imagine the pollution over there. This is why people say to use more public transports so that the use of fuels will be lesser. It may harm the economy of a country or a place, but what matters more, the pollution or the economy of just one single country? Number 5, wildfires. Wildfires release large amounts of carbon dioxide, black carbon, brown carbon, and ozone into the atmosphere. These emissions affect radiation, clouds, and climate on regional and even global scales. Wildfires also affect air quality. So the wildfires happening in the Amazon forest, that is really very dangerous because a lot of harmful gases have been released. So it harms all the citizens out there and also the air. Number 6, construction. Construction firms' biggest negative impact on the environment is caused by the burning of fossil fuels like gas and diesel. Every construction project results in these gas emissions of carbon dioxide, methane, and other waste products that pollute the air and are believed to contribute to global warming. So construction falls last but not the least in the list of reasons of air pollution. Now let us move on to how to prevent air pollution. Number 5. How to prevent air pollution. Here are 7 ways how you can reduce air pollution. Number 1. Using public transports. Using public transport is a sure way of contributing to less air pollution as it provides with less gas and energy. Even carpools contribute to it. In addition to less release of fuels and gas, using public transport can also help in saving money. Try not to use private transports like cars, bikes, etc. as much as possible. So this may harm the economy of a country as no cars will be used, so the economy will drop at a high rate. But that does not matter, as saving our earth is more important, and the air pollution needs to stop. Number 2, turn off the lights when not in use. The energy that the lights take also contribute to air pollution. Thus, less consumption of electricity can save energy. Use energy saving fluorescent lights to help the environment. Number 3, do not use plastic bags. The use of plastic products could be very harmful to the environment as they take a very long time to decompose due to their material made up of oil. The use of paper bags instead is a better alternative as they decompose easily and are recyclable, and jute bags can also be used. So the use of plastic bags needs to reduce because plastic is a very harmful substance to the environment. It is not at all an eco-friendly substance, so jute or paper is a better alternative. Number 4, reduction of forest fires and smoking. The collecting of garbage and getting in on fire in dry seasons or dry leaves catching fires is a huge factor for causing air pollution. Moreover, smoking also causes air pollution and causes the air quality to worsen, along with obviously damaging one's health. So, smoking is really harmful, and the lungs get in a very bad condition if you smoke frequently. Number 5, use of fans instead of air conditioner. The usage of ACs take a lot of energy and emits a lot of heat, which is bad for the environment. ACs also take a lot of power and energy to work as compared to fans. ACs also emit a substance called chlorofluorocarbon or CFCs, which is really bad for the environment as it results in ozone depletion. So the earth gets more warmer and global warming increases. So it is better to use fans. Number 6, avoid usage of crackers. The use of crackers during festivals and weddings is sadly one of the biggest contributors to air pollution, leading to a layer of smog which is extremely harmful for health. So practice of no crackers should be implemented. So this Diwali, please make sure not to burst any crackers as it is really harmful for the environment. Number 7, plant trees. Last but not the least, plant and grow as many trees as possible. Make the earth as greener as possible and as cleaner as possible. The practice of planting trees provides a lot of benefits to the environment and helps with the release of oxygen. Not only oxygen, a lot of other things also. Trees give us medicine, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and a lot of other things. So the growing of trees is also important for the reduction of harmful gases as it absorbs carbon dioxide and releases oxygen, which is needed for us to breathe. So planting trees was the last in how to prevent air pollution, and finally we come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching.